Hello class, today I'm here to talk to you about 3 breeds of snakes that are great for beginning owners. Some people absolutely love snakes and find them adorable and endearing, whereas others are so creeped out that they won't even be in the same room as a snake. I love seeing people's first encounters because everyone tends to react so differently. And I'll never force anyone to be near a snake if they feel uncomfortable. It's very important to keep this a positive experience for both the snakes and the handlers. Believe it or not, snakes actually have their own little personalities, and if given the chance, they can make great pet companions. They are so smart that they can learn to recognize their owners and be more comfortable with you, and then once they are comfortable with you, a lot of them enjoy being held and pet and loved on. It's also fun to put cute little hats and outfits on them and take pictures. So there's a lot of good things about owning a snake, but I'm not saying everyone should go out and get one today. For a healthy life, snakes need a lot of time and dedication from their pet parent, and you should always do your own research before getting any animal at all. You're going to want to keep in mind, picking out your first snake, their lifespan, size, and maintenance of the breed. Snakes have different lifespans. Some can live to be 8 and others can live to be all the way up to 30. They come in a variety of different sizes, and with so many different breeds, each snake has its own specific needs. I will be talking about 3 snake breeds that can make great pets for beginning owners. First, we'll talk about the hognose snake. They're called the hognose snake because of their upturned nose. You can see in this photo here. While hognose snakes are actually somewhat more defensive than other species, they tend to be all bluff and no bite, says Stacy with Reptile Guide. Zane Scott with Web News 21 says, when threatened, they flatten their body and act like they're dead. This deters them from any predators looking for a live or fresh food. They can grow to be 2 to 3 feet long, which is fairly small for your household pet snake, and their lifespan in captivity is 15 to 20 years. You'll need a 20-gallon tank or larger, and these snakes prefer like an aspen bedding that they can burrow in. You'll also need a water bowl and several hides. Hides are anything that gives your snake some privacy and quiet space. They'll eat pinkies, which are the baby mice, or hoppers, which are slightly larger and have grown a little bit of hair. Next, we'll talk about my favorite, the corn snake. This is another great choice for beginners, and they're called the corn snake because they're often found in the wild in cornfields. According to Stacy with Reptile Guide, they're incredibly gentle, easy to handle, and harmless in the wild. Zane Scott with Web News says, the corn snake is always the #1 recommended household snake for beginners because of its docile nature. They can grow to be 4 to 6 feet, and they as well live 15 to 20 years in captivity. So quite a little chunk of time that you'll be dedicating, and you'll need a 40-gallon tank or larger because they are a bit larger snake. You'll also need aspen bedding for them to burrow in, and then watering bowl and hides, of course. And then these snakes will eat adult mice. I do have my own corn snake. I'm gonna grab him and show you guys. So this is Milton. He is 7 years old, almost 6 feet long, and I've had him since he was a little baby, just at 6 months. He looks like he's about to shed right now, so I'm not gonna bother him too much more. And one moment. Corn snakes are pretty hardy snakes, and I know this from experience because whenever Milton was 2, he made a grand escape out of his enclosure, and we searched my entire room, the entire house for days, tore everything apart, and could not find him. 8 months later, we were moving and cleaning out the entire house, and my grandpa actually found him in the backyard in the top of the grill. So I was extremely shocked that he made it all that time on his own, kind of proud. He was probably eating frogs or something, who knows. But since they're sneaky, you'll want a very good lid for their enclosures, and since they are so hardy, I think that they're great for kids too. Lastly, we'll talk about the popular and beloved ball python. They spend most of their time, or a lot of their time, coiled into a ball, like this picture here. Ball pythons are more docile than corn snakes in my opinion. According to Stacy with Reptile Guide, ball pythons can be a bit shy and need a hiding spot for those times when they need a little quiet. They can grow to be 3 to 5 feet long, but they also are a bit thicker than the other snakes that we've talked about today. And they have a longer lifespan. They live 20 to 30 years in captivity. So this is a large portion of time that you're gonna have this snake. You'll need a 40-gallon tank or longer with aspen bedding, and then a water bowl. All animals need water, and hides for privacy. A few other things that we haven't gone over, like our temperature requirements, humidity, and lighting. So for temperature requirements and humidity, each snake has a different natural habitat, so that's why it varies from different one. You'll just want to look for your specific species needs. And for light, some snakes need heat and some snakes need a simulation for day and night, so there's a couple uses for having lighting in the tank, so you'll want to look up that as well. And now that I've gone over some basics of why these are the 3 best snakes, I hope you guys are more open and willing to maybe checking them out. I'd love to hear your favorite and answer any questions that you guys may have in the comments. Thank you.